here.
What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Ace's High's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the unique toys, Blue Cat and Naughty. Yikes. And this is on loan to me once again from Mr. Ace Milo of Figure Banging on YouTube and Realm of Collectors collecting community. So let's not waste too much time. Let's just get right into it and talk about one at a time. So we did the Decepticon first last time, so let's do him this time. So he comes with two guns, one for each of you. They had this sliding barrel. You can push it in if you prefer that look. He holds it, as you saw, just fine. There's silver paint here, and it can also be stored in the leg and really fill out, you know, if you're doing like a more stoic pose shelf, which I usually end up doing. It really fills out the legs and gives it a very complete looking aesthetic. So very cool. We'll take the head off and we'll talk about that real quick. If we can focus. There. Yellow paint on the face, blue paint on the eyes. It looks good. The sculpt is good. It transforms by opening up the legs and you're done. Blue paint on the eyes, yellow paint on the face. And now we'll talk about the rest of the articulation. So straight ball pegs for shoulders, which means the shoulders once again are limited. Out to here, and then you can rotate up, so that's a bummer. The elbow is a ball peg, so you get the elbow, which gets you 90 degrees, plus you get a swivel, which acts as a bicep swivel, and we have silver added to all the wings, and it looks like a gray was added to the lower legs, and we have blue. There's a fair amount of paint on this fella, just enough to kind of make it look interesting. We have a waist swivel. We have this chest flap that opens up. I always forget to do this. Let's see. There, I guess the whole piece comes up. And you can see the detailings inside. And then we have T-jointed ball joints for hips. Get you the full Van Damme. Almost the full Monty. This leg doesn't go back quite all the way. And then you get a little bit of a thigh swivel at the ball peg, just the slightest, but then you get a full swivel for the knee, so that kind of does the same feature. And then the knee gets you 90 degrees. If you take the gun out, you can get almost the full range. Ankles, they tilt down ever so slightly, I guess. They tilt up maybe ever so slightly. And then the ankle rocker is this whole piece, which isn't the prettiest, but I think for this scale, it's ultimately fine. I'd rather have this than nothing at all, so I will take it. Now, I don't know if Brainstorm just lends himself to interesting transformations, but this one's no different. So wings up, chest up. Sun's out, guns out. No, then pull this down, rotate this back, close this piece down, bring the arms around so that the slot there is facing you, and then pull this down. That's the landing gear, and this hand should grip these pegs on the back. And that's how you know you got it lined up properly. And then these also plug in to the side right there. It's not the best, but they do it. All right. You want to take these and open them up. Notice that one of your feet looks like the front of the jet and the other one doesn't. Just keep that in mind. Rotate them around using that makeshift ankle rocker that we were talking about. Then you want to rotate this so that you can use the front of the jet for the front of the jet. Close that down and then close this up, and that locks that in place. And then on the back, you close this up and you use all of these hinges to plug this back into the back of the jet, securing that leg. And that's it. And then you have a little landing gear here. And how cool is that? Like, I love this. It's fun, it's enjoyable, it's indicative of the character in both modes. It just works. Really, really, really well done. Then you can take the guns and plug them into the side here for that finished look. And you can have the barrels extended or pushed in depending on how I like a longer barrel, so to speak. But yeah, really well done. Bravo. And now this guy, accessory-wise, we just get the one pistol. We get a little bit of paint on it, so that's nice. Cool enough sculpt. And then we'll talk about the articulation. So the head, well, I guess we'll talk about the head. Nice face sculpt on this one too. Really cool. Silver and red is painted on, and then it transforms the exact same way. And then we got silver and red again. So fair enough. Let's talk about the figure. Once again, we have the chest display. I'm getting that all wrong today. So, get that out of the way. Silver paint on the arms, silver paint on the hands. That works well. Silver paint on the legs. It's just one type of paint, really. I guess we got some black on here. And then the wings have the black paint added as well. Articulation-wise for the wings, you got a hinge here and a hinge here. So they're pretty well articulated, all things considered. And then you have ball pegs for shoulders. They're not as limited, though, because the shoulder sculpt, like it just allows for it to get 90 degrees. Same sort of elbows we've been seeing with the ball peg that get you a bicep swivel and a 90-degree bend. Silver hands, which of course tilt up, but that's for transformation. We got a waist swivel, that works fine. T-jointed ball joints for hips, that gets you the full Van Damme and the full Monty pretty much. Ball pegs for knees, that gets you a 90-degree bend and a swivel. Plus, you get a little bit more swivel on this ball peg, which is weird, just because we haven't seen it very often. And then no ankle tilt at all, but you get the ankle rocker. So, all good. If I had to have one, I'd prefer that one. And let's transform them. So, on the back, you can bring the head out, the bat head. Make sure the tail is down. Sometimes it sits up. It depends on how you have it while you're manipulating it. Bring the legs around and up over this tail. And then you want to have the wings so that the legs plug in to the wings. Let's see what we're doing wrong here. Oh no, I'm sorry. Because you want to bend this foot up, and this foot plugs into the wing. That's what I was missing. My bad. So we'll do it right on this side. So bend the foot up, and then bend the knee, and then line up the foot with the wing tab, and that should do it. And then you can adjust the tail accordingly. On the arms, you just want to turn it around so that the elbow isn't facing you. And then you plug the arms into the thighs. Turn the head of the bat around and collapse the head, and you've got your bat, and it's also awesome. Little blue eyes painted on there. I wonder if the jaw articulates. Probably not. No, it does not, because you can't really get the space to use it anyway. It's great. You still get this articulation of the wings. He stands like a champ. You get a little bit of foot articulation, but it's just cool. It's cute. All right, I'll admit it. I'm man enough. I can admit it. It's cute. All right.
Yeah, I said it. You want to fight about it? Still a man, bro.
Has a cool look. It's fun to do. It's fun to flip back and forth, and both modes are rewarding. So yeah, it works.
There's a size comparison with Hasbro's Power Glide and Iron Factory's Blaster. So it works well. One thing I want to mention, I already shot my final thoughts, and I don't mention it in the final thoughts. My only other complaint is that this guy is a bit back heavy. Like, as you can see, like, he's slightly leaning forward to stand, and he still wants to go. You know, like he is a little back heavy, and that is a bit of an issue. Final thoughts wise, I'll get my negative right out of the way. My only complaint is I wish that Brainstorm shoulders could go out to the side more, and that's it. For Legends class figures, I think these are great. I think these might be the best third-party Legends class figures that I've looked at. They're at least the ones that I've found the most fun and most enjoyable. I think they did a great job. I think they knocked the engineering out of the park. They knocked the sculpts out of the park. There's just enough to paint to make them look visually interesting, and they're fun to mess around with. I don't know what more you could want. These are a great set. I enjoyed them. If I were to collect Legends class figures, these would be the first two I picked up. So I definitely recommend them if you're into this, if you're into Legends class figures, if you're into these characters or what have you. If you can think of any reason in your little hearts to justify the purchase of these guys, I don't think you'll regret it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.